Howdy YouTube, and welcome to this episode of the Gunman. So today we're going to do another polishing video. Last week's video, I just finished polishing the tailgate on this car, and in that video I think I made a mention to the fact that I would like to do a polishing video on the roof of this car. So that's actually a good light to have a look at why I need to give that roof a polish. It's like it started oxidizing. So as you can see there, it sort of scratches really easily. And it doesn't look that great, so we're just going to give it a bit of a rejuvenate. The roof on this car is a ceramic clear, so it scratches really easy. This is only like 1.5 years, so the idea of ceramic clear is meant to be so that it lasts longer and it doesn't scratch. So for whatever reason, this is what it ends up doing. So I wouldn't recommend using this clear if you can avoid it. I would go the liquid glass before I went the crystal clear. But hey, that's why it gets sent out for me to do reviews on. I think it goes down nice and it sprays nice, but it just goes, I think, a little bit too hard. But all that aside, yeah, we're just going to give it a rejuvenate. So because on this car I'm not doing any D-nibs, I'm not going to use that, so we'll push you out the way. We'll go cut max, perfect finish, and then this one here. So yeah, on a normal car you'd probably be able to just leave it at perfect finish, but because of the kind of clear we're working with, this is definitely going to be necessary to get rid of all those swirls. And we're going to be using rotary the whole way. No orbital polishes, because I've found that they leave you with these funny little patterns. It's like a micro marring. It's one of those things that you may not see under normal lights, but once you get the ultra high powered LED like this thing onto it, you'll definitely see them. So that actually happened on this tailgate. When I was polishing this tailgate, I actually didn't use the head torch when I was polishing it, but then had a quick look at it with the head torch at the very end, and I realized that it had those little micro marring from the orbital polisher. So I ended up finding the same thing as I found last time. Just use the big blue pad at a low speed with this one here. Anyway, let's get into it. So because I'm doing more of a rejuvenate at this point, I'm happy to use a bit of a beaten up old pad here. But if I was to be trying to remove sanding scratches, I definitely wouldn't use a pad in this condition. Maybe that one would just be okay, but what I've found, once they start breaking apart like that, you really do lose a lot of your cutting power. So one thing that I have noticed, I did find out about a year ago when I went right into the polishing stage, you can have all these fancy polishes, but if your pad is a bit worn out, that's where a lot of the cutting is done, in the pad itself. So yeah, just keep that in mind anyway. I'll get these earmuffs on because it's pretty loud, this buff, especially once it's right up at ear level. And one thing I like about this Cut Max is that when it flings off, it's clear. So, I mean, you can see a little bit of white to it, but once that dries, like, it doesn't dry white like most compounds do. So if you get it inside your door jambs, it doesn't make an absolute mess. If you don't get it straight away, it's always going to be like really easy to wipe off. That's what I found anyway. So that's pretty much all I'm looking for. Hopefully you can see properly there. Yeah, I'm not looking, I don't feel as if I need to get this perfect. But what we'll do, I'll show you the scratches that I'm looking at getting out. So you look at that compared to that. You can see the color of the black starting to come back. Now, because this is only the first step, it's, you know, it's not quite perfect yet, but we've got rid of those minor scratches. We're starting to get a bit of that oxidization off. And yeah, I'm just going to do that for the rest of the roof. That's about all I want. So I had actually ceramic coated this, so because of that, that's all going to come straight off. So I'm going to have to reapply some ceramic coating. Or not. We'll see how we go. I think I do have some there somewhere. So I just gave the whole thing a quick run over with the Cut Max and the 3M green pad. And it's looking pretty good. It's already looking a lot better than what it was. Like that oxidization really didn't take much to come off with the buff, and I can tell I've got that nice black coming through again. So I'll give it a quick wipe down and then go on with the step 2. All right, next step, perfect finish on the black pad. Slow that down a little bit there. Yeah, we're just trying to get rid of the worst of those swirls from here. That probably took only about 10 or 15 minutes to run over with the green pad. It'll take less with this pad because part of what I was doing with the green pad was you would get to like little bits of sap or just stuff that's sort of stuck there, so you'd have to scratch it off. But this stage here, we're just really trying to get rid of the swirl marks. So this big black pad's actually designed to go with the 3M step 2, but perfect finish is gonna do because I don't have this step 2. The lighting isn't the best down here. I probably should chuck my headlight on. I'll do that for the last stage. Hopefully you can hear me properly. So I tried pretty much everything, going slower, going faster, less pressure, more pressure, but that's basically, I'm just letting the weight of the tool do the work there. So, I'm not over applying pressure. So I just thought I'd do a couple of different sections just so you can see. We'll do that one there. And then some of this stuff. I got a feeling this is gonna be the winner again. Nice soft microfiber. Make sure it doesn't have grit in there. Yeah, you can still see that micro marring. So there we go. Same thing as last time. Using the ultra finest microfiber DA polishing pad, you still get that micro marring, but that is with the rotary, with the ultra fine. So yeah, I can actually still slightly see some swirls there, so I might need to work that in a little bit further. But yeah, I was having nightmares with this last time. I'm not gonna go and break my own balls on this. If I don't get it perfect this time, I'll come back to it next week. But as I say, like the worst of what I wanted to get done is pretty much done. The oxidization is gone. Some of the finer scratches are gone. Now we'll just give it a quick go with the ultra fine. Yeah, this is gonna be fine. Just fine. It's a bit of a pity about that clear. I had better expectations of it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna have to do this every couple of years, every year or two. Give it a buff up. And the size of this pad actually matters too. For the big areas like this, you really want the big pad. With the small one, you would get more swirl marks. And then what we can do to finish it off, slowest speed. And I'm pretty much holding that up as well. That's how we want to finish it off. The lowest speed, and just let the pad do the work, or let the polish and the pad do the work. You're not leaning into it at all. The final pass, hold it up and just go nice and slow. That should be all good. I thought I'd give you guys a quick look at it outside. So obviously it's not that sunny of a day, but it's really obvious to me that I've got the clarity of that black back. So yeah, you might have noticed at the start of the video that it was all oxidized, but that's looking really nice, like a nice crisp clean black. So I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along. I'm gonna get it up in the garage and chamois it off. But yeah, it's looking good. Done well today. I de-nibbed and polished that tailgate up. It's looking $1 million, flatter than the rest of the car. And yeah, I got rid of the oxidization and some of the smaller scratches on the roof there. So looking good. Productive day.